Welcome everyone to Customs Breeze, where filling out your customs form is easy breezy and in the comfort of your own home. Today is going to be all about Kenya. We're going to be filling out Kenya's declaration form. So as you can see, we're going to jump right into it. I've pulled up Kenya, and we are just going to go through it together. It'll be very simple and very quick. So here I have Kenya. I'm going to click on the search area, and it will pull me into the Kenya page. Now, just like in previous videos, I stress that you should look at the website, especially according to your destination. So here we have Kenya, and there are some things that you should know about the country that you will be visiting. So on this website, it gives you some helpful links and information that you should know about that country. So I'm just going to quickly click on the country information, and it tells you what the capital is, the airport, the official currency declaration. This is very important when you fill out your customs form. You know what you need, the amount and over that requires you to declare. Okay, so in the next section is useful links, and as you can see, we have Kenya Revenue Authority, Airport Customs Handbook, e-Visa Online, Government of Kenya, Kenya Tourism Board. So in your own time, at your own pace, you should look at these and get as much information as you can about Kenya so that you go there informed, you know? So here it is that we are going to just be dealing today with the Form F88. So I'm going to click on this area, and it has pulled me into two choices. Do I want to download the PDF, or do I want to fill out the form online? I'm going to choose the latter. I'm going to fill out the form online. And click that, and it pulls me right up into the form. Okay, so at the top of the line, well, before we even do that, let me just quickly show you, just like I've said in previous videos, most customs forms are two-sided. You have a front and you have a back. The mistake that some people make is that a lot of times the front will ask for your signature, and people see that and they think that is the end of the form, but a lot of times it's not. So what I want you to do is to always look at your form front and back and make sure that you fill out all the areas that you need to fill out before you hand this into customs. Okay, so let me just quickly show you. So this is the first side, and now we're going to get into the second side. And the second side, you can see they're giving you a list of all the things that you should declare and what the restrictions are. So it's important that you look through this. And before you put pen to paper, you should look at what it is you have to fill out. Look first, write later. So always look to see what it is you're filling out, okay? All right, so we're going to go to the top, and here we go. And it says, this form must be completed by all passengers prior to arrival in Kenya and presented to customs officials at the point of entry. So make sure you pay attention to that. So this has to be done before arrival in Kenya. Okay, so the next line, it says name of the passenger, surname. Surname is last name. So you would put that here in this box. Next, across would be your first name. We put that here. Now we go to the next line. And the next line is very important that you pay attention because it's asking for your passport number. And it's important that you put the correct passport number in this area. Make sure you check and double check because you don't want any mistakes with that because it becomes a headache. So passport number, make sure you put it down correctly. Next across is nationality. On the next line is your date of birth. And look at the configurations, guys. It's asking month, day, and year, and 4 digits for the year, not 2. So make sure you pay attention to that when you fill this particular section out, okay? Month, 2 digits, day, 2 digits, year, 4 digits, okay? Going across, they're asking male or female. You check whichever one pertains to you. The next line is date of arrival. Same thing. Look at the configuration, month, day, year, and how many digits they're asking for each section. And the date of arrival is when you arrive in Kenya. Okay, across the way, we have flight number. So flight number, you can find that on your flight ticket. It will tell you what the flight number is. Okay, next line. It says country arriving from. So where did you start? Did you start in America? Did you start in somewhere in Europe, Spain, Italy, France? Where did you start from in order to go to Kenya? Next line. Countries visited in the last 6 days. This is important if you've been hopping around from place to place to place to place. Some people who have businesses in different areas will have this kind of schedule. And so they've spent, a day in Spain, and then they hop over to Italy, and then from Italy they hop over to Germany, that kind of thing. So this line is asking countries visited in the last 6 days. If this does not pertain to you, you don't fill anything out in this section, okay? The next line is address in Kenya. So where are you staying in Kenya? Are you staying at an Airbnb, friends, family, a hotel? Wherever it is, you have to give the address. They need to know where you're staying. The next one across is the hotel residence. And basically that's the name. Sometimes you'll have a hotel that has a specific name, or an Airbnb that sometimes will have a specific name. Whatever that is, you put that in this section. Next line is post office box. You put that here. You put the code, and you put the city. Okay. Next line, you have email address, and that's your email address. Now, on the next line, it's all about declaration. What are you declaring? And from 1 through 9, it is telling you the particulars. It's saying, did you bring in animals and plants, or products, microbes, biological products, human tissues? Yes or no. The same thing goes for number 2, is asking you specific things. And guys, whenever you come across any question that has to do with money and the boundaries of money, meaning they're saying that you can only have X amount, but if you go over, you must declare. Pay attention to that. Because if you have less than what they're asking, then you don't have to declare it. But if you have that amount and more, you must declare it. So it's very important that you pay attention to that. Also, pay attention to when they ask you for specific items. and they ask for quantity, if they're asking that you can only bring in 2 liters of alcohol, then don't show up with 3 or 4 and not declare it. And they find out, because you will get in trouble. So make sure that you look for the amounts, look for restrictions, look for limitations, and you fill out whatever it is that pertains to you. Okay? So 1 through 9, make sure you look through all of that carefully. Okay, now we're going to go to now we're going to go to the full details of articles, goods, currencies, and currency and passengers' possessions should be provided in the space below. So in this space where I'm using my cursor, it's asking you for specifics. It's asking you, what specifically are you bringing in? How many or how much? What is the value? And if you have any specific remarks, I got this from an antique person, I got this from whatever it is that if you need to remark about it, you put it in that area. So it's pretty self-explanatory. And then it's saying, this is where you're going to put your signature. So first it says, I declare the information given on this form to be true and accurate to the best of my knowledge. And you sign your name, right? Passenger's signature. And then you date it. And then you scroll down. And for this section is for official use. This section is for official use, so you don't have to pay attention. Now, once you sign your name, then you go to the other side, and the other side explains things. So when you had to fill out the specifics, or when you had to, check yes or no about some of the things they're asking of you, and you wanted more detail, you go to the other section of the form, which would be the other side, but for us, it's the next page as we're filling it out, and it's explaining what it is that they need of you, and what it is that what the regulations are. So I advise you to go through this before you fill out anything, so that when you do start to fill out your form, you have an idea of what's to be expected. So there's a few lines to read, but it's very easy, very self-explanatory. There should be no confusion about reading it, and that's it. So I hope that this video was informative, and I hope you're able to get all the things that you need before you go on your trip. And as always, visit customsbreeze.com if you have any other destinations and you need to fill out any customs forms. So that's it for today, everyone. And thank you for visiting our website.